had work to do on their campus. Here's Shafiq.
I'm very personally committed to making sure that our faculty do not cross the line in terms of discrimination and harassment. We have mechanisms that are now being enforced, and on my watch, they will be enforced.
Melissa, back in December, lawmakers got pretty combative. Did that happen today, too?
Well, we did see some lawmakers pushing pretty hard, especially on President Shafiq, often interrupting answers. I want to listen to some of those interactions where lawmakers brought up specific incidents where professors had made comments in support of Hamas. You're going to hear first from Democrat Kathy Manning of North Carolina and then Republican Tim Walberg of Michigan.
Why is that professor still teaching at Columbia? He has been spoken to.
He's been spoken to. I have your answer.
What was he told? Any other disciplinary actions taken?
So that last voice you heard was Republican Elise Stefanik of New York, who, I don't know if you remember, but in December, of course, had extensive back and forths with witnesses. She did the same thing today.
Well, what does the university say going forward it intends to do?
Well, during the hearing, Columbia administrators said they had created a task force on anti-Semitism. They said they had disciplined dozens of students, suspended students who participated in unauthorized events. Shafiq repeatedly said that education was going to be key. She vowed to include lessons on anti-Semitism at orientation for new students. And after the hearing, I checked in with Jacob Schmeltz. He's an undergraduate student at Columbia who's Jewish, and he watched the hearing with a lot of other students from Columbia.
I'm really happy that they finally made a really clear statement that this is an issue and acknowledged just how difficult it has been for Jewish students over the last 6 months.
He says now he's looking to see if the administrators actually follow through with their actions. You know, they committed to things like holding professors who have made anti-Semitic statements in the past accountable, of course, changing some policies and adding more education. So he is going to look to see if that will make the campus climate feel better.
It's NPR's Alyssa Edwardy, who covers higher education for us. Thanks, Alyssa.
You bet, Harry.
To Oklahoma now, where a state lawmaker who made history has had a difficult time in office. They are one of the few non-binary lawmakers in the country. As Lionel Ramos of member station AOSU reports, that status brought another dimension of prominence and pressure.
On a desk outside the office of Oklahoma Representative Maury Turner, there's a stack of flyers with Turner's portrait drawn in a halo-like light, like a saint. Visitors take them as souvenirs. But Turner has mixed feelings about being viewed as an icon.
It's one of those things where they say, right? Heavy's the hand that wears the crown.
Turner was elected in 2020, one of the state's few Democratic districts centered in Oklahoma City. Not only were they the first openly non-binary and one of the first trans state lawmakers in the country, they were also Black and Muslim. And with that came expectations and pressure.
Sometimes, most of the time, it's like an out-of-body experience, which I think is like very synonymous with being trans.
Turner says that like other LGBTQ Oklahomans, they're often caught between the hostile rhetoric of their opponents and the silence of others you might expect to be